She's ready. Let's go. Hello, everybody. Is there an echo in my voice, or is it just me? Oh, I guess it's just me. I wasn't speaking closely enough. How's everybody doing? Hey, what happened to my... Oh, man. Well, there we go. Are you ready to do a show, babe?
We are ready. Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, hi. Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Psychic Sundays Live with our glorious producer and moi, your queen of Ooga Booga, Sally Diane. And we're here to take your questions, give you a few answers with our cards and our psychic abilities. We hope you enjoy the show. If you make sure to put a question mark behind your question, and let's get started.
Okay, well, let's have a look. Haunting Live wants to know, how will this week go for both of us?
Okay. Couples question here. And this evening we are using the Pamela Coleman Smith deck. Okay, so the week starts out looking at ways to balance out the money. That's an ongoing thing. Oh, okay. Okay, with this week, it seems to revolve around, you have the King of Pentacles. So of the two of you, there's one that really feels they're in charge of the money. You know, you have the King of Pentacles here, and this is somebody who seems to have the loudest opinion about money. Let's put it that way, the strongest. Anyhow, it ends with a tower, and that concerns me a bit. It is positively aspected, and sometimes we do need a massive tower kind of disruption in our life in order to move forward. But I would suggest that maybe you figure out a way to reduce the stress before you get to the weekend. Okay.
And our next victim is Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Sean's looking for guidance for the week ahead.
And it's my pleasure to give that to you, Sean. All right. Sean, one of our favorite repeat offenders. Whoops. Okay, so the cards want to answer rather quickly. And you wanted to ask how the guidance for the week, please. And know that it does say that you're getting messages, quite a few messages. You know, you have the pages, and pages is information messages, things moving forward. I know that sometimes it does represent young ones, but this time it feels like a little something different. It feels like you're... When I look at this, it feels like this week you're focusing on something new, a new idea, a new concept, maybe a new approach to your work, or it could be some kind of a home-based business. And I say home-based because it shows up as being cups. And so cups is about the hearth and the home. And you also have it followed up with a Page of Swords, which says that once you make up your mind about how you want things to go, don't waste any time in getting all the I's dotted and the T's crossed and the signatures on the line. Okay.
And next, Cool Libra wants to know about their financial situation. Is it going to change soon? Who's got no sound?
Who's got no sound?
I don't know. Cindy C's saying there's no sound, but nobody else has mentioned anything about that.
Yeah, anybody else? Can everybody else hear me? All right, so cool Libra. Cool Libra is looking at the financial situation, and is it going to change soon? All right, which it sounds like that's something you want to happen, so let's see what the cards have to say. What advice they can give you. It starts out with the devil, and boy, financial problems always feel like a devil kind of situation. It feels like you're caught between the things you should do and the things you must do. It just feels like life is asking you to give up certain things that are really necessities. So, yeah, it really feels like you're in a tough situation. And there you are, the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And where does this go? All right. So, what the cards are telling me is that you really need to change your outlook financially, because somehow you are making yourself a prisoner financially. And one of the things that it says is that you're overloading yourself. You can plant 10 oak saplings in your front yard, but I doubt that you have a front yard big enough to grow for 10 oak trees. So it's sort of like right now you're sort of overburdening yourself, and you're putting yourself in too many different directions. And the cards are kind of saying, first off, let go of self-destructive ideas and attitudes. Okay, so you got to change your attitude toward money altogether. And this right here, this feels like it's saying you're going in too many different directions at once. So one thing clearly, have your eyes on the prize. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was for cool Libra. Next, we've got Rosie's Fairies.
Hi, Rosie's.
Will I move in soon with Adam? Perhaps this spring?
Okay, so Rosie and Adam. Okay, and what do the cards have to tell me? All right, so the first thing I get is this Three of Swords energy. So I think that Adam, I'm not sure whether he's a guy that has heart broken a lot or whether he is a heartbreaker. I think it's a little bit of both. But he hasn't had the best history romantically. And I think that makes him a little gun shy when it comes to relationships. Oh, definitely. Definitely. He's very gun shy about relationships. Yeah. You know how I said I wasn't sure whether he was the one who was having his heart broken or he was the one who was breaking hearts? When I look at this, it's telling me that he's the one that's breaking hearts. And not a one of these cards are good. I really feel, Rosie, that you could have the chance to live with him, maybe. And it just feels like it's saying that, there's just something really negative here. And so I'm just going to kind of ask you, is this really a direction you want to go? Okay.
Okay, who we got next? Patricia. Are there any surprises coming to I made this month?
Goodness.
Well.
I read that, and the first thing I did was see a mouse pop its head out. So just seeing that, you might want to invest in some traps, maybe. But let's see what else we got coming this month. Month of February, which here in southern Ontario has turned out very well. Groundhog's Day. Happy Groundhog's Day to everybody. And Wyerton Willie did not see a shadow, forecasting an early spring. So back to Patricia's question about any surprises for Patricia. And we have... Ooh. You know, these cards don't get nicer. I'm switching decks. Oh, well, that's a little bit nicer. So when I see... One of the surprises is you're going to find something out after the fact. It's kind of like somebody that you went out with 3 or 4 years ago that you always suspected of cheating. You get that confirmation. It sort of feels like really late confirmation of you being right about something that broke your heart. So sometimes that happens. But you want to know about the big surprise. The big surprise is coming. You have a chance to... I really feel like this is a change of careers. Okay. And it's swords, so it has to do with school. And you're a little bit addicted to school anyway. So it looks like you've got something coming through for you, an opportunity. It does involve schooling of some sort. But it sort of comes out of nowhere. Interesting. And congratulations. Early. Okay, and Lynette wants to know any messages for the month of February. And hi, Fortune Cookie. All right, so month of February for Lynette. Lynette has... Okay, we start out with the Nine of Wands, but it's the Nine of Wands reversed. And right side up, this guy's a little stuck. He's a little defensive, too defensive, and sort of unwilling to move forward. So he's the kind of guy that rests on yesterday's laurels, but it's reversed. So it says that even though you felt stuck, you are going to see a way forward. Okay. And, oh, yeah, the Ace of Cups, that's an interesting... Ooh, Lynette, as far as any messages for the month of February, it's saying let your guard down. Just let down the walls, let down all the barriers that you might have. It looks like you've got something very new and fresh coming your way relationship-wise. And it's something that's going to stand the test of time because there's a lot of celebration around it. Okay, so... surprise in relationships.
And next we have SR.
Hi, guys.
How is February going to be for me?
Okay. So, just give him a little scruffle here. And that would be for SR. SR wants to know about February for SR. And it starts out with the Three of Wands. So it looks like you're actually, it's almost like you're planning ahead for March. So it feels to me like there's something major coming up in March that you're spending a lot of time planning for in February. Definitely a lot of planning, a lot of introspection. Let's see what else comes. Oh. So you've got the Three of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. And so it does include a move, but it's a positive move. So it does feel like a change of residence, maybe, but I'm wondering if maybe it's a change of career. And I just say that because that's really what feels like going on in the Three of Wands here. So February, you are focusing on a transition, and when the Hermit's in the middle, that kind of it just kind of tells me that this is a transition that you've been asking and wanting to happen. So, good for you. Keep your thinking hat on in February.
SR, sorry, I didn't see that you wanted that reading to be with runes until too late.
Oh, so sorry.
It happens. Yeah, next we have fortune cookies.
Hi, fortune cookie.
Are NB's issues provoked by antidepressants, traumas, and alcohol? Or is he simply a bad person?
Yikes. Okay, so let's see what Spirit's going to tell you. Ooh, so far that doesn't look good. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I would say that, yeah, he's pretty mean. You know, you see that in the Five of Swords. And the thing with the Five of Swords, there's this viciousness to it, this idea of it just not just winning, but just grinding you know, it just grinding the loser's nose in it kind of thing. Definitely on a power trip here, and I'm wondering about if he might have some performance issues here. So anyhow, it's nothing simple about it, but yeah, he's a bad person. He's definitely on a power trip, and he's the kind to gaslight and stuff like that. And I don't think he's what somebody with a name like Fortune Cookie needs.
Ew!
There are sound effects this week.
Is there?
Yes. Speak Knowledge wants a rune reading with spirit messages in it.
All right. Yeah, thank you for asking for the runes. I like getting into the runes. They're a little noisy, but you know. Okay. Speak knowledge. And, you know, the runes, it's kind of like the two runes at the end are the strongest ones. They're the ones that come that come right side up. And basically you have Iwaz, which is the rune of the hunter, and you have Jera, which is harvest. And basically what this is saying is, as long as you go for what you want and you don't let anybody discourage you, you will reap the rewards of your labor. So you can get exactly what you want. So let's see what all these others are about, how you get to getting exactly what you want. Starts out with Kenaz, torch, knowledge. Knowledge is power. Make sure you pay attention. Pay attention, and Alga's here tells me know that you're blessed. Oh, by the way, this is called Kenaz. And right on top of this pile, you have Tiwaz, which is, it's associated with Tyr. It's about truth and justice and honesty and, you know, just sorting out the truth. And some of the other things. Kin, family, Burkana, Burka, and Oscilla, homeland. So, Interesting. And right in the middle, it talks about finding out the truth of you, finding out the full truth of some of the family issues. So you might not know everything right now, but you will. Okay. Know what you want and go for it.
And Cindy C's looking for messages. You might as well keep those rooms up.
Okay, so let me just get a little sip from my soy machine cup. My sister Anita sent this to me. The OG Queen of Sheba. She knows how much I like to sew. Almost as much as I like doing readings for you guys. Okay, so Cindy C. Alright, so what does Spirit have to say to Cindy C? Alright, so over here we have Gnosis. And Gnosis is kind of like this, it just went way over here. And so that tells me that Spirit's saying, make sure this is a time to make long-term plans. I'm getting like 20, 30 years up the road. So it's time to make some longer-term plans than you've made before. Oh yeah, like right here, you have Hagalas, which translates to hail, and that talks about disruption. And the disruption is right in the middle of Manaz, which is sometimes called the hug rune. So it's saying that, life has gone pretty well for you. And it's been a win-win situation both ways. But there might be some disruption in the mix here. And oh my. Yeah, I could see this. So there's there's something about a baby here. So you might have another baby. Not you, but I believe that you have a daughter, is it? But I do see another baby coming in. Yeah, it just feels like you guys might have a little bit of a little bit of a dip in your relationship. That happens, but it ends up with Tyr, and Tyr, it's truth and justice, but there's this idea of moving ahead and getting to what's important. And I think that right now there might be a lot of petty little things between you, but I think that finding out that you've got another grandbaby on the way will help you out a lot. And it does feel like by the time summer rolls around, you've got things rolling in the right direction, because that's time when you should be starting to make your 20, 30-year plans. Okay.
30-year plans. You're sadistic.
I know.
They can't even get teaching us for the future right. They're preparing you for the jobs of tomorrow. You don't know what those jobs are, dude.
Yeah. Give us problem-solving skills.
Don't put those runes away yet. Braveheart's next with another spirit message reading.
Okay. And what does Spirit have to say to Braveheart? Okay, so. And it starts out. The first thing the Spirit tells you is that, okay, so the first thing that comes up is Gnosis. And Gnosis talks about a little bit of constraint. So you may be having to put off some of the fun you want today for rewards tomorrow. And that feels like a piece of advice that you've gotten from a mother or father or an aunt, that you've gotten from the older generation. But yeah, this is a time to get some stability underneath you, because you've got change coming your way. And this is Thagos, and that's translated to mean day, and it's one that says life can change on a dime, and life is fixing to change on a dime for you. So just make sure you got your seatbelt on, and make sure you got your balance around you. Okay, and then right ahead you have Thorazaz. And Thorazaz, It's Thor's hammer, but it's actually translated to mean thorn, as in thorn in your side. And so when I look at this, it's kind of like, okay, we told you, get all your pegs in a row. Just make yourself a little bit resistant to change, right? And know that change is coming your way and it's going to come rapidly. And if you're not prepared for it, it's going to kick your bum. All right, you have Iwas, which is, it's translated to mean horse, but it's about a symbiotic relationship, where each one, it's one of those kind of relationships where the sum of the parts exceeds the whole. Anyhow. Ooh, and we end up on a very good note. Know that even though you might have some frustrations right here that you can protect yourself against, also know that when it comes time to work together, always that little adage that coaches will tell you, there's no I in team. Well, you're coming to a point ahead where there is no I in team, where teamwork and being able to work with others is the point. So I think this might be a lot around work, about things just going topsy-turvy on you. But it's how you work with others that leads you to serendipity, that leads you to great surprises. This is Gebu, which means gift, and this is Fehu, which means cattle or wheat. And so this is a long-term wealth, and this is serendipity. So keep your eyes open, be willing to work with others, and know that life's going to kind of turn things upside down for you.
Hey, Ari the Aries Princess, that's not a reading we can do, because what you're asking us to do is read your fantasy. If there was an actual spouse or even somebody you're dating, that'd be a different story. Anyhow, Kara James also wants spirit messages.
All right, and we are just going to continue on with the runes. Let me just see if I can get
Oh, you
back
know
to
what? It's 9:30. We should do the pick a card.
Oh, yes. Okay, Kara, you will be the first one when we get back from Pick a Card.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time once again for Pick a Card. This time for the week starting February 3rd, 2025. Here we go.
Okay, hi everybody. And which card?
And the camera froze.
It did it? Oh,
Yeah,
yes, it did.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
All right, well, in that case, we can skip this segment. That's nothing I can do right now.
Ooh.
All right, folks, we just saw that the camera froze up top here, so let me see if I can fix that. That's why we shut the pick a card down early, because you can't see the cards.
Oh, no. Screensaver? Okay. So.
Oh, the webcam turned itself off as well.
So, Kara James wanted to know if there's any spirit messages for her.
Hey, we're back.
Okay. And Kara James, spirit messages for Kara James. All right. Yeah, that feels about right. There we go. So I like the way that the whole thing of the rune of the hunter here and Gebu here. And this talks about going after what you want. And knowing that if you go for what you truly want, there are surprises along the way. There are gifts along the way. And right now you have Jera. So it looks like right now you're coming to a part of your life, maybe a milestone or a crossroads kind of period of your life. Because Jera, the first rune, just says, you've already reaped the rewards of your labor. So it's almost like you've got one good thing over with and you're ready to start another. And you have Manez and Algiz. And Manez is sometimes it's called the hug rune. It's translated to mean humanity. And so it talks about a two-way kind of relationship happening here that is a blessing. Algiz is basically translated to mean tree, but it's associated with the tree of life, which is heaven and where all blessings come from. And of course the blessings are coming to you in the area of relationships. So relationships go well for you.
This is supposed to be a spirit message, not a general reading, Sally.
I understand that, but I tell her what you have here. And this one right here is about relationships. This is about finding her way. This is about, going for what she really wants. And relaxing around, know that the universe will send you what relationships you need. Also, you have this idea of focusing on Ken and knowing that you can open the channel of communication right now within the family. And you can, this is a time when you can successfully mold new relationships within your family. Okay.
Alrighty then, moving on. No more room readings, they take too long for tonight. Oh, you have enough questions to go for 3 hours right now.
Oh, I see that. And so I know that we're not going to get to everyone, and I'm sorry about that. If we don't get to your question, know that we are back next Sunday at 9 p.m. And just make sure that you arrive early. But I'll keep going as long as I can.
All right. O'Neill R wants to know what's coming up in the upcoming weeks.
Okay. And I've switched to the Scapini deck. Which unfortunately doesn't show up as nicely on the camera. Ooh.
It doesn't show up well at all.
It really doesn't. And who was asking this question?
R. O'Neill.
R. O'Neill. Oh, there it is. Okay. So coming up in the upcoming weeks, you have the Empress. And the Empress is sometimes seen as a pregnant lady. It feels like you've got something new coming up in the upcoming weeks, but there is someone or something or some force around it that it's kind of working against it. You've got this new beginning, a new beginning, and it smacks of prosperity, and then it's followed by the devil, which talks about kind of emotional abuse and somebody taking control. It feels like somebody taking control of a situation that should be yours. And so this is sort of saying whoever usually comes in and takes over takes over everything with you. This time you need to stand up to this person and tell them no and make it stick. Because whatever new beginnings you have here, they're meant for you. But it's up to you to stand up for yourself. So whoever the devil is in your life, you're going to have to put the devil in his place.
Ooh.
Just don't be afraid of the devil. Fear's all the devil's got.
Toxic Wave
Hi, Toxic Wave.
is looking for messages from family that's moved on.
Ah, okay.
Do we call that channeling?
A little bit.
You don't like to do that.
Well, just not really. I just tend to go down a little too deep.
I don't mind doing it.
Well, I did some trance channeling with a guide, and so now it's kind of like I just go halfway into trance. All right, so anyhow, we're asking for messages. All right. Okay, so your sister is she's still tired. And I know this is fresh, but she's still tired, but she's starting to get more normal, so she's going along on her process. But it feels like just the level of exhaustion is something that's going to take her a long time to let go of. Um, and I feel like your dad's watching over you. Um, he's got his younger energy to him, so I like to see that. Um, messages. You know, it feels like you're all right for a while, you know, for the now. Although they are saying be careful around your feet.
Anyhow, our next contestant is Vibe with the Connect. Will I have any love relationships this year?
We'll see. I'm connected. Love connected. Love relationships. Let's see. Interesting. Okay, so the short answer is yes. I can see that right in the Ace of Wands, and you also have the Queen of Wands. So there's a lot of there's a lot of fire, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of lust here. You have that. What I worry about is that devil in the middle. And so it's sort of like saying, yeah, you've got passion and lust here, but be really, really careful because you also have obsession. So know that. I think that it's going to be easy enough for you to find a love relationship that you don't have to get involved with somebody who's going to turn all deadly attraction with you.
Was that the movie?
Yeah. It wasn't fatal.
Attraction, yes.
Yeah.
For all of you youngins there, that was a movie from the 90s.
Just make sure you don't get involved in any crazy stalkers, because that's around there too.
All right, our next question is from Wendy Macero. Will Yang contact me?
Okay, well, yeah. Let's see.
The short answer is yes, but you're not going to like what he has to say.
Okay, and next, you know, he's just as much of a psychic as I am, and he was we met at psychic fair. So
Yeah, but I was selling coffee and hot dogs.
yeah, and what about the first psychic fair that we didn't really see each other, although we should have? Your dad was there.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I was preoccupied. He he it took a lot to take care of him.
Yeah, and well, I was definitely entertained because I was next to Jonathan Zotique, and he could be very entertaining.
Really?
Yeah,
You were next to Jonathan?
yeah.
How did I not see you? I had a clear view of that guy.
I know, and I say the same thing.
Was Lisa Pardo next to him as well on the other side?
Yeah.
Okay. Divine Oracle Podcast wants to know, will my co-host be okay with what took place yesterday here in Canada?
Oops. Well, the card that came flying out was the 9 of coins. And I don't think that's going to... her worry is how this impacts the back and forth to Canada. And just that, that freedom along the road. And, oh, yeah, okay. How it's going to affect her is that she does have friends from Canada that go and visit her, and we both know them, and she's worried that this is going to put an end to visits from Canada.
Are you done figuring that card?
Excuse me.
And next we have Bengal. Why is F still spying on my social media accounts?
Okay, where are we? Oh, there we are. Why is F still spying on us? Oh, dear. Oh, some people just have a hard time letting go. We're going to...
Am I spelling that right? Scapini?
I think so. All right, so he's... Okay, where was it? Why is F still spying on my social media account? Because F feels like they're is looking for weakness. It's looking for weakness. Still looking for weakness.
Oh, that's creepy.
It's definitely creepy because it feels like F is looking for something that they've been looking for a long time. And, yeah, real stalkerish kind of vibes there.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Next we have Belcade. Will I move to Spain this year?
Okay. Will I move to Spain this year?
Peapod, I might not have spelled that correctly. But should be close.
So, are we going to Spain this year? It looks like it. It is a possibility. The two of you've got the hermit here, and this particular hermit is he's over an ocean, just where he's just where he's situated, and the fact that something about his garb just reminds me of Spain. That I see the trip here, and then you've got twos and twos, and so there is a balance here. There is a decision about money. So I see that, but I also see you finding love there. I see that in Two of Cups. So this is going to be worthwhile for you. So yeah, you're going to go and you're going to have a good time. But it is going to cost an arm and a leg.
Next we have Susu. Will Pelade give me a commitment?
Well, give me a commitment. Yes, but do you really want a commitment from this guy? Yeah, because you've got the Ace of Wands here, and that's your big yes. Yes. But then they're saying, you're a little confused about that, and you see that in the Seven of Cups. So it's almost like you want the commitment, but you haven't actually played out the next card, the what if. And so you really haven't figured out, truthfully, what committed relationship with him is going to be like. Because it says you're a little confused about that, and this idea of he might make you want to be by yourself.
Oh, jeez, that's not good. Whoopsie.
Well, it's not figuring out the what next part.
Anywho, next we have Amira. Will R help me obtain residency papers?
You have the Popus, or the High Priestess. You have the Queen of Cups, and you have the King of Cups. So yes, and it's kind of says you already know. You already know, and this, there's a lot of love here, but I also get this feeling, and that there's a lot of things that you can do for yourself. So it would, there's a lot of things you can do for yourself. So don't expect Art to do everything, but will he help you? Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's a good relationship between the two of you.
And next we have Mystic Bond. Can Spirit confirm or dismiss that I already met the shadow from my past life memory?
What?
Yep. Yeah, the shadow, that's young stuff, right?
Oh, you?
Yeah, well, okay, young.
Shadow from my past life memory. It's just a really convoluted question, but
well, it's one of those things where does the shadow change from life to life?
Yeah, well, let's just see what the cards have to say.
Okay, because we're confused, so the cards won't be.
And the first card you get is the illusion delusion, so yeah. The cards are a little confused too. Yeah, there's kind of like a big wall between what you really want to know and what you're asking. Yeah, yeah.
It's not a question we can.
Yeah,
Simple
there's
as
just
that.
no good answer to that. They're just telling you you're confused and you don't know what you're asking.
And Babina wants to know, will my crush Amir make a move towards me? Babina, does Amir know that you have a crush on him?
Have you dropped your handkerchief yet?
Or is this just some wishful thinking on your part?
Okay, so what can Babina do to get Amir's attention? How can Babina make it happen? Yeah, don't put him on such a high pedestal. He seems to be a perfectly approachable fella. So just a friendly comment like, don't you, nice weathers we're having today. Just something little light, positive. Yeah, he's very approachable. Just say hi to him. Just approach him. Yeah, just approach him. And not with your mind. Don't sit in the corner going, oh, please notice me, please notice me, please notice me. You go over and say, hi. I noticed, I saw you here the other day. Whatever. Just strike up a conversation. Approach him. He's very approachable, and he'll love it.
All right, moving on. Let's do Peapod. Peapod's been so busy in the chat here. Oh, we love that. Peapod's question is, will I ever have children from my body? Peapod, you mean more children. I believe you have had 3 miscarriages.
Yeah, trust me, they stick around you. Oh, there's love there.
That answers the second question of, will I find love?
Okay, so you do have a page here. So it's yes, you will have 1 child. I don't know why it's reversed. That might just be the only way it can come through, because you were asking about children. So the answer to that is yes, you've got love coming your way. Yes, and it looks like it's going to be a boy.
Excellent. Now, back to Benafsha. What does February look like for me? Will changes take place? Do you want changes to take place?
Okay. Enough shot in February. All right. 6 of Cups. Well, you're going to be dealing with family issues. And they're kind of... I get the impression from the 6 of Cups is that your family sometimes, certain members of your family, that is, just make you feel like a little kid all over again. Or they treat you like a little kid. And so that's irritating for you. Very irritating. The Knight of Wands reversed. So when the Knight of Wands comes around, I feel like I see somebody around you who's being charming, but maybe not exactly 1000% honest. Just saying that you do have somebody quite irresistible around you in February. Ooh, illusion delusion. Okay, so you do have somebody coming around who's quite delicious, very enticing, even though you know that this is going to turn out badly. It's he's just irresistible, and you know something, that's okay. That's okay. He looks like he's a lot of fun.
Speaking of a lot of fun, why don't you guys send Sally an email? Let's put that email address up on the screen. There we go. info@sallydiane.com. Okay.
And that's exactly where you send an email to me to ask about getting a reading. And I do all my readings online these days. So send me an email and we'll arrange for a reading, a private reading online.
SB is next. Will I move to Europe or to Middle East?
Europe and Middle East. Okay, so when I look at this, and this is a negative aspect in this particular case, I see the King of Swords, but the King of Swords reverse. So this is somebody who's not being 100% honest with you. So my guess, well, to quote my Southern mother, trust everybody but count the silver. So whatever's put in front of you, any contract, any promise, read every single word. So you've got the Three of Cups. I really think that we're looking more at Europe here. It just feels like there's more opportunities there. And like I said, there's something here in this whole blend that just protect yourself. It's not a strong influence, but it's strong enough that I'm telling you to protect yourself. But Europe.
Firefly Magic. I asked Scorpio to meet me casually, and he sort of agreed. So I'm unsure if he's going ahead with that. What's he really thinking or feeling about it?
Ooh.
No, it's not new. You think he sort of agreed. He agreed. You just heard it with some skepticism in your head.
Okay.
So, but don't wait for him to text and stuff like that. You set up the date. You let him know when to be, where to be. Leave it at that.
Yeah, you're the one that asked.
You know, so if you're unsure if he's gonna come, go someplace that you're gonna be happy alone. Yeah. And I hate to break it to you, dinner is a really terrible first date. You got a whole table between you. Sarah B wants to know about love.
Okay, so L-O-V-E. L-O-V-E for Sarah B. Okay, so you want to know what's coming for you in love because you've had disappointments before, and there is there is something coming your way in love that's long term, and I don't think this will disappoint at all. Now you get this right in the middle. You get the high priestess. So basically, what the cards are telling me is that everything I see here is something you've already kind of had feelings or premonitions about, where you feel like you're headed toward a long-term committed marriage type relationship. You just you just don't see where, but you just feel it in your bones. You're right. It's coming your way.
Anyhow, Michelle,
Dude.
why exactly did Tommy turn me down when it came to forward? I thought he needed the clear sign that I was interested so we could move our connection along.
Yeah, but
He obviously is not interested, so why aren't you not moving on?
yeah,
Instead of dwelling on this why stuff, just some other guy.
yeah, because you know, a clear sign that I was interested so that we could move on, so that we could move our connection along. But it was moved along. It was moved along to no. That is a direction.
Yeah. You're right. Hello. I'm working on healing my inner child. Am I on the right track? And the question's from Alika. Okay, while you're trying to read that question, I'll answer Peapod's other question. What am I supposed to do with my life in terms of employment? Peapod, I sense that you like helping people, so go with that. Be that early childhood education, developmental services, personal support services, counseling, social worker.
Okay, so they say that in a way you're kind of a little confused because, yeah, that addressing your inner child and playing with your inner child is fine, and healing your inner child, but they're reminding you that moving forward means putting one foot in front of the other and not staying stuck in the same position. You know, just turning over every single pebble. So it's like, yes, you're healed. Get on with it. Don't just sit in the sweat lodge forever. One foot in front of the other.
Sweat Lodge. All right. Always Protected wants to know, was my love story with the 1977 Gemini a facade on his part?
Okay. Well, okay. A fire snake and a Gemini energy, so. It really could be, because that's some serious Medusa energy there. Well, um, it was a love story for you and a lust story for him. So, yeah, in a way, yeah, but he never pretended for it to be anything but a lust story.
Always Protected says the first card looks like sex.
Yep, it actually is.
Okay, now we went through that. Nope. M wants to know, what are Fahad's feelings, thoughts for me?
Okay, Fahad and M. This one feels interesting. Yeah, this one feels interesting. He really finds you fascinating. Um, he's emotionally immature, but still likes to be in control. So there's that. And a little bit more. Um, okay, so where were we? Okay, so anyhow, that was Fahad, and his feelings towards you. He likes you. He finds you fascinating. He's a little bit emotionally immature, so he's always trying to get into the controlling position in a relationship. Uh, don't let him, But if you don't chase him, he'll chase you because he definitely finds you interesting.
Ari, as we mentioned earlier, we cannot answer your question because you're asking us to read your fantasy. You're asking us to tell you about a person that you haven't even met yet. So that's not something we can answer. Okay, moving on. Dorella, when will Tony L be reaching out to me?
Okay. Okay, so, hmm. You've got the Four of Cups, but when I look at it, it kind of says two-way street to me. So I think that both of you look at the other one and say, well, he/she is almost perfect if only they didn't whatever, right? Okay. So, mm, I do get a 4 here, and I do get a little bit of immaturity, and I do see things progressing and moving along at a time around, that idea of death, and I'm thinking about the Easter being a celebration of death. So he's going to reach out to you around Easter, which I know is, you'd like to be it sooner than that, but there's something immature happening here.
Manifest 888. Is there anything you can tell me about my job? They treat you like shit and pay you less.
Well, isn't it treat you like a mushroom?
Yeah.
Keep you in the dark, feed you shit? But we'll see what the cards have to say. I don't think we got a mushroom card.
The dark's been replaced with soul stealing lights.
Aw. No, they like you. They like you. Yeah, you've got 2 cups right here, dead center. Um, and you have the Page of Coins here. So they do, they are even thinking about maybe promoting you a bit. But you're well liked there. I have no problem with this. I do get the feeling that you might be at a smaller company that might not be as flush as some of the big corporations, but there's a real family feel to it. I don't know why you'd feel insecure.
Well, Ari's protesting about not reading her future spouse. You want to flip a card for Ari?
Okay, Ari. Okay, so let's see what the cards want to tell you about your future spouse. Ari's future spouse. Okay, so. Okay, so he's going to be sweet and creative. Um, he is going to be somebody who's well balanced. And also, it does look like he's definitely satisfying. Yeah, in the bedroom. So you got that. Yeah, the only thing that I would worry about this one is you might have gotten your hands on a little bit of a mama's boy, but then you just got to keep reminding yourself that you'll outlive mama.
That's the last one.
That's the last one. Well,
That's the
thank
last
you
one.
everyone for tuning in. Remember to like and subscribe, and tell your friends. Get them to like and subscribe too. Have a great week. Anybody who would want a personal reading with me, just send me an email at info@sallydiane.com. If you want to know my prices, you can find them on my website, sallydiane.com, under the tab of readings. Anyhow, thank you, and we'll see you again next week. Bye.